What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm with IJ and we are locked in and I want to know what's on your TV. This is Brea episode 2. It's about a sinkhole in the middle of LA. The mom Eve and her son Josh, they fall through the sinkhole, but they don't die. Now her ex-husband, Gavin, and his daughter Izzy, they're trying to figure out where they are. Gavin is having these little episodes and flashes where he can see his family. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and you can be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, Gavin, he's out there digging, and the last thing we seen was he found his wife's ring. Now, when she fell through the sinkhole, the necklace came off and it had the ring on it. So we need to figure out where exactly are they and how did he get this ring? The three amigos, that's what I call Ty, Sam the doctor, and Evie. Now they went out to look for the medical supplies at this ambulance, but when they get there, a saber-toothed tiger comes. Now Ty, he's the only one with a pistol that we know about right now. He kills one of it, but he's shooting off so many shots he didn't miss. Another saber-tooth comes, and at this point, they all just gotta run because we ain't got no more bullets. Ty out here, pow, pow. And man, wait till that thing gets up close. Like I said, if you shooting it from a distance, that big of an animal, it's going to just take that hit like a little rock. Now they run and they get to this little cliff, and they actually get down the cliff and they're holding Ty's mouth because he's acting all scared. Like, Ty, man, you got that pistol on you, calm down. Now they're sitting down here and they think that this saber-tooth can't hear it. Now a saber-tooth is a predator. It has heightened senses, smell, hearing, sight. So it can hear and it can smell because it knows the scent that it was on. So this is unrealistic. The saber-tooth would have looked down and like, yep, I'm about to come and get y'all. But this saber-tooth, it probably never encountered humans, so it doesn't know any better. Josh is over here in the upside down, what we gonna call it, a medical center. It's actually an upside down bus. But he's in there. He has that big bite mark in him. He's Now the supplies that they need because he's starting to get infected are with the three amigos. They got to bring that stuff back, but they hiding from a saber-tooth. So Josh is just in here suffering. They're trying to get all the materials back to save Josh because he's infected. But the doctor, Sam, he's like, all right, we need to split up. We need to be smart about this. He gets cornered by the saber-tooth and he actually trips and falls off of another cliff. It's like, come on, man, y'all doing all this nonsense. Stick together. It's three of y'all. Y'all can at least attempt to fight this, you know what I'm saying? The saber-tooth, hit it with something. When you splitting up like this, it's just a recipe for disaster. As Ty and Eve are running, they run past a trap and there's a saber-tooth in it. And it's one of the traps that you put like spikes in it. So if an animal falls on it, they'll go ahead and kill this, you know what I'm saying? They'll be stabbed up. So they're looking like, who put this out here? There has to be someone else already here. So we're not alone. They give us a flashback of Gavin. Now, Gavin is a pilot. He said he got into a little wreck in the desert, and that's when he seen the same light that was in the sinkhole that's in LA. So this is just giving us, you know, the play-by-play of what actually happened. So this is when the family were together, and this is when he first got these concussions and started having these episodes. Fast forward to current day, Gavin is sitting there with his ring, and he hears on the TV there's a doctor of anthropology. And he's like, these birds that came out of the sinkhole, they're not from this time. So for Gavin, he's looking at it like, okay, the lights, I seen the lights are there. I got this ring and it's from maybe where my wife is and where these animals came from. So he's starting to put two and two together and he's trying to make some sense out of this. Eve and Ty, they're trying to get back to save Josh. The only thing is, Dr. Sam, he has the medical supplies. They took the water. So now they're like, oh man, we got to go back and save him now in order to get the medical supplies. So nothing is going right. These people, they just out here messing up, wilding out, but it's because they're unorganized and they're scared. You got to stay calm in these type of situations. The Department of Homeland Security, we seen them come out and they made a statement. We don't know how many people died in this sinkhole. We also know that Gavin tried to talk to them. So the director, what she's doing is she's looking up his file. Okay, it's a confidential record on Gavin Harris, service number 4374. What does he know? Because he came up to them out of nowhere. Hey, I need to talk to you guys. I think I may know where they are. So now they want to open the file and see, what does this man actually know? Because whenever somebody brings up information, that's when you got to start doing background checks just to be sure that they ain't a spy or any other nonsense like that. Gavin, he gets his daughter and they go to find his doctor. And what he's doing is he's telling the doctor, look at this diamond here. Look at this ring. I think if you can carbon date this ring, it'll kind of show that it dates back to where those birds came from. And this might be where my wife and others are. Now, the doctor is like, that doesn't even make sense. But it does make perfect sense because he found this ring in an area where he sees Eve at. So he's like, look, if you can carbon date this, maybe this is the same era that they're in now. Now, the doctor, he's looking at it like, man, I don't know if that's going to work. But if it does work, and when you carbon date it, it's pretty much just looking at all the carbon inside of the diamond, and it can tell you when the diamond was formed and how long ago it was. That's what carbon dating is. But if it does work, it'll start to make sense. And maybe Gavin is right. Gavin's still in here struggling. She's like, you're in luck. I grabbed you a bottle of water. Luck. Man, I'm getting infected. I got bit by a wolf. I don't need a bottle of water. I need medical supplies. This is not lucky. I should already be able to get water because I'm one of the injured. But it's better than nothing, I guess. Our man Ty, he's tired. He's worn out. Let me tell you, it's been a long night. We've been attacked by Saber-toothed. Whew. Now, on the other hand, Eve is like, oh, I run 10 miles. I built up my stamina. Not a drip of sweat on her. She still has, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of cleavage showing, a little bit of dirt on there. But 10 miles running for enjoyment and 10 miles running like in the woods and stuff are totally different. I can run a mile and a half in about, you know, if I really wanted to, like 9 minutes. But when you put on all that gear and you out there running and it's not flat terrain, yeah, it's going to be a little different. Scott, I told you guys, we got to watch him. He's smarter than what people think. Yeah, he does a little bit of edibles. He gets high, but this guy's actually smart. So he's trying to figure out how they're there. He's from Australia, but he lives in LA. Now, the police officer, she's kind of low key, but she's going around questioning people. She's not actually LAPD or anything. She's from Louisiana. So what it seems like is she may have came to LA chasing after a bounty or trying to catch one of the suspects. But she's here, she's asking questions. Whoever she's looking for may be the person that had all that dope in the car. Just as I was expecting. So the cop, she went to try to charge her phone up in one of the cars. None of the cars are starting, but she's still trying anyway. She sees a Mustang with Louisiana license plates. And this is the car that has the dope in it. So for her, she's looking like, okay, he must have fell in this hole too. So she's looking around like, man, I got to watch my back because there's no laws here. Anything goes. And if he gets rid of her, no one would even know he's a criminal. Or if she gets rid of her, because we don't know who the criminal is. The cop is asking questions. So she's going around to people, just nagging them. Hey, have you seen this guy about 6 foot, mid-20s, green jacket, black hoodie? And this lady here, her name is Veronica. It's her and her sister. She's like, nah, I haven't seen her. Like, I haven't seen the guy that you're looking for. So leave us alone. She tries to ask Veronica's sister, Lily, have you seen her? And Veronica gets very defensive. Like, she doesn't speak. Like, don't talk to her. And she continues to ask her question. Like, are you sure about that? Hey, back up, cop. Okay. Before I take this wooden stick, this little staff I got and get to work. You know what I mean? They make it back to Sam. He done fell down this cliff. He's still alive. I don't know how, but he's still alive. And that's good because we need us a doctor on the scene. And they're like, hey, we got to move. You hear the saber-tooth in the back growling and stuff. So he's like, man, forget that. We got to move then. Even if that means I got to limp. I'd rather get caught limping away than laying there. Forget that. But he's too hurt. And he's going to take too long for them to get back. So what he's telling them is, hey, give this meds to your son. 50 milligrams. 2 of them each day. You're going to have to stitch him up. No one knows how to stitch. Someone's going to probably say, hey, I know how to sew. You're going to have to light that damn needle up. Put it through that skin. But you are going to have to stitch up this body. Now, Scott, him and Riley, they got a little relationship going on. They found the dope together. So he's saying, hey, you know, you're brave. You saved yourself. I need you to come with me while I go look and try to get a signal on the phone. Can you come with me? She's like, nah, I can't. I have to stay here with Josh, you know, look out for him. You don't really have to do anything with Josh. He's going to lay there. It's not like he can get up and walk away. You don't have any medical supplies. Just give him a water bottle. He'll be fine. But then Veronica walks up and she's trying to get the shovel because she wants to bury your father. She was making a cross out of the 2 stakes that she had. And she's like, hey, can I borrow that shovel, please? Scott and Veronica, they're going out into the woods. They're going together. Now, I don't know why people are going so far into the woods. Get your father, if you're going to bury him where people can see So you don't have to run all the way out into these woods. Yeah, you're looking for a phone signal, but at least keep a line of sight to everything. You guys are going out there with a shovel. Y'all seen there's a wolf out there. But one thing about Scott is he has his vape, that THC. You know, this relaxed me. He offers Veronica something. She's like, hey, dude, no, let's get this mission done. Sam isn't doing nothing but slowing everybody down. If I'm Ty, I'm like, look, you stay here with Sam. I'll take the medical supplies back to your son and make sure he's all right. And then we'll come back and get you. I'm not sitting in the woods with a saber-tooth with a person I don't know. It's either we're all going to do this or we just all on our own. But we need to stick together. Whenever people start to separate in any kind of show, things always end bad for one or the other. Josh is in here. He hurt. Now, I understand, like, you got a big bite out the side of your body and you're in here. Riley, she's like, it doesn't look as bad as it looks, but he can feel it. Like, you may tell me it don't look bad, but I can feel it and it's throbbing. And he's like, you got a bad poker face, basically saying she can't bluff. So he's like, I'm going through it, but thank you for being here with me. Can I get another water, please? This time, can you get it cold? I don't want room temperature water. Ugh, who drinks that? Mary Beth, the cop, she has Lily, which is Veronica's little sister, the one that doesn't speak. Now she's still looking for this criminal, and she leaves Lily with a random gay couple. These guys, they're trying to fix the truck. One of them can't see without his glasses. The black guy is just like, no, okay, you know what I'm saying? We got our own problems to be trying to watch somebody else's kid. So he asks Mary Beth, is the criminal you're looking for, is he dangerous? And she's like, let's just put it like this. I need to find him. Look, I don't care what official stuff you got going on. If there's a dude that is dangerous here, we all need to know about it. Mary Beth. But she leaves Lily with these two random guys. Like, hey man, keep that kid. Homeland Security, they've been digging in Gavin's file. And she's like, did you see the date of Gavin's accident? There's got to be a link to with this sinkhole and the light in the sinkhole. Now her assistant, he's like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. And I did see his file. She's like, listen to me. We need to talk to Gavin and we need to talk to him now. So Gavin, he gives the ring to the doctor. The doctor's going to carbon date it. Now he's telling Lizzie, look, I seen your mom. She's in the woods. You know, he was digging up there by that rock and that's where he found the ring. So he's seeing it and he's going to these areas that he's seeing in his head. But Lizzie, no one understands this. It's hard to explain, even for me. So I understand what Gavin is going through right now. But people, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. Gavin's sitting there having a good old time with his daughter and Jessica. And then he gets a call. Someone stole Eve's ring? Now we're thinking, okay, what's going on? Because we need to find out what the link is between this ring and these animals. But when he leaves to go find out, Homeland Security pulls up on him. They hop out. Gavin, we need you to come with us right now. And they show a badge. I'm like, hold on, let me see that badge a little bit closer. I'd have took that badge. Okay, looked at it and ran. But nah, hey, when Homeland Security pop out on you, any of the government agencies, yeah, you might as well go with them because it can only get ugly if you don't. Eve shows back up with the medicine. Now she's talking to Riley, and Riley's like, wait a minute. Hey, where's my dad? Yeah, about that, he fell down a cliff. He's alive. He can't walk. He's with Ty, you know, the black guy. He ain't got no more bullets though. We got into it with two saber-tooths, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, he's all right. They should be here by tomorrow maybe. Speaking of Ty and Sam, they out in the woods. Sam is slowing everybody down. Ty, he's all tired. So they sit down, they take a little break. But Sam, being a doctor, he's looking at him. He's like, you know, you look a little sick. And Ty's trying to cover it up like, no, I'm not sick. It's just, you know, we've been on this long journey and stuff. So I'm just a little worn out. I mean, you got this big heavy coat on. It's probably hot outside. You know what I'm saying? You're carrying somebody. So you're going to be a little exhausted. But if you're sick on top of that, man, it ain't going to be easy. Scott and Veronica, they're out in the woods looking for her dad. Now, I was talking about digging the hole closer to the campsite so everybody can see you. But they got to go get her dad. And now I know if I'm Scott, I'm like, I don't really know how far out we're looking. But he's trying to tell her we need to go back because he's one of the smarter ones. We're out here by ourselves with no weapons. But for her, she's determined to find her father. So she's like, if you want to go back, you should go back. But he's right. Y'all should start this earlier in the morning so you have more time, and probably bring 1 or 2 more people with you, because if there is a body, you two aren't going to be able to drag it back. So you need to have more people with you, and there's safety in numbers. While they're out, Scott sees 8 camels. He's like, oh, okay, 8 camels. And then he looks and there's a little tar pit. But then he starts putting things together, because I told you Scott is smarter than what anybody knows. So he's like, yeah, I'm actually studying all of this. And I've been over to the Brea tar pits. There were 8 camels and they almost got stuck into this tar pit. But they don't get stuck into it because he actually deters them from doing that. So he's actually changing and altering history. Like I said, he runs over there and he stops the camels from getting stuck in this tar pit. And Veronica's asking him, how did you know that? Well, this is what he's actually studying, and this is why he's in LA. So I told you he's altering history. These 8 camels, they don't get stuck in the tar pit thanks to Scott. After saving the camels, they look over and they see some rocks, and Veronica's dad is laying in there with his arm off. I'm like, look at that, that's sad. But this is the same symbol. Is it a hand? The same symbol that was on that rock where they found the ring. It turns out it's Homeland Security that took the ring. Now, the carbon date of the ring goes back to 10,000 BC, and that's about the time that these birds existed and where the tar pits, where they were dated back to. So they're telling Gavin, hey, we've been looking over your files. We need to know everything you know so we can know what you know. And Gavin's like, what? Wait a minute. Y'all took the ring? Yeah, Gavin, we Homeland Security. Now they're telling them when he crashed in the Mojave Desert, they seen something they never seen before. And it's the same light that they seen with the drone that was down in the sinkhole. So they're starting to link everything together and see that, Gavin, you may not be tripping. You might actually know what you kind of talking about. Veronica comes back. She found her dad. She sees her sister with Tony and Billy. Like, who are y'all and who gave my sister to y'all? But she takes her away, and then she's talking to her like, Lily, did they ask you anything about you? And Lily, she's sitting there, she's quiet because we know she can't talk. But it turns out she can talk. And she said, I didn't tell him anything. So now I want to know why Lily isn't talking to anybody, and why did Veronica say she can't talk? They finally make it back to camp. And it looks like this may be the guy that police officer is looking for. I don't know why he just randomly helping. Hey, Sam. Hey, Ty. Y'all need help? Come on in here. I'm a criminal on the run, but I'll help people. Riley runs over there. You hear Eve. Oh, Sam, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Your ass left me out there in them woods. Mary Beth confronts this guy. Now, we've been looking for him. We like, where is he at? And this is the criminal. And his name is Lucas, and Lucas is Mary Beth's son. She got a tip he was making a drug deal out in LA, and she went there to stop him. Now, they get Josh together. Gavin's with Homeland Security, and they're introducing him into a new drone pilot that they've been working on for years. Now, Homeland Security would never, ever have anything like this. It does have the Air Force symbol on it. Homeland Security would never get anything like this. Let's just make that clear. But what they want to do is have Gavin fly it. So that's why they brought Gavin in, because he is one of the most skilled. So we're probably going to try to fly this down there. I wouldn't want to do it because we've seen how the drone acted up. But if this is one way to find your ex-wife and your son, hey man, risk it for the biscuit, right? There you go, episode 2 of La Brea. Let me know what you guys think. If you were out there, would you stay and help Sam get him back to camp? Or would you say, I'm going to be the one to go take the supplies back? Let me know what you guys think. Hey, I'm Mo That J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. And I want to know what's on your TV.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.